Those.
I don't know, man. He just had a very odd unit mix.
Mm-hmm.
It was, you know, he's mixing in like Marauders and Hellions and
Mm-hmm.
sort of just throwing the kitchen sink at me.
Ouch.
Um, and you know,
Yeah.
I mean, the mutas are fine versus everything, but I don't know, like your banelings end up being really ineffective when people start having a unit mix like that. So
Yeah.
the counter is to like not make banelings. But then the problem is that there are these timings where you don't have enough mutas to deal with like say two Thors.
Mm-hmm.
You know, two Thors plus like eight Marines
Yeah.
and a
That's.
bunch of Marauders. It's like you don't yeah, there's just no good timing. So I mean, like the third game, I used roaches actually to stop his first push,
Mm-hmm.
and it worked perfectly. But I don't like committing to roaches either, so
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's
Yeah.
weird.
It's tough. So
StarCraft is
basically,
kind of a game of numbers to some extent. Like you're just trying to figure out what'll win versus most people, but then you play against someone who really just doesn't do the same thing,
yeah, they
and
don't follow the same
suddenly,
path to a T, so it throws off
right, and then it's
certain
auto
things.
loss for you though.
Yeah. I mean that's essentially how everyone gets better. In any kind of competitive game is that because I mean in Third Strike and I mean you play Street Fighter 4 too. I mean anytime you come up in a match and someone
Yeah.
starts doing these things that aren't necessarily the best way to play, but it's so just off the beaten path that you're like, well, I don't understand why he's doing these things, so I can't really, you know, predict what's going to happen next. I guess you would say. And I
Yep.
guess I mean it.
It's that random.
Yeah, it's a little. Of course, it changed a little bit in StarCraft, but I mean, in general, it's the same thing when you're playing against. Mentally, you're playing against someone, Um,
Right.
so anyway, okay, so that was the finals. It was 3-2,
Yep.
and you got second. What like? So what was first place?
It's like $100.
Oh, okay, and then what was second
Second place was like a printer.
place? So you got a printer then, huh?
I got like an HP printer. I don't own one, so it's pretty tight, really. But
Score. What is that? You gotta. Hopefully, the
yeah,
next tournament is something you don't have either. Hey, wait,
I
isn't
know
it?
it'll just be every time.
You should
Like,
look how much up that printer is. It might be more than $100.
yeah, I think I looked it up. It was like $80.
Oh,
So
damn.
not bad. I was thinking, well, if I could find like a Walmart or something with it, I could just take it back. But
Yeah.
but I'm a little lazy and I don't own a printer anyway, so it's like fuck it,
Yeah, it will work. Yeah.
keep it
Uh,
around.
so yeah. So tell me, when do you know how to magic box?
Yes.
All right, now, Do you remember was it HD or was it Husky that did your game?
HD.
Okay, do you you remember that game and everyone was commenting, "This sir is a magic box," blah 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 blah. Do you remember?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
um,
I like how you're
so
bringing me back to it.
yeah, no,
It's
I gotta bring it
fuck
back to
you,
you
buddy.
because no, it's just because like so many there's so many. I'm just so used to the YouTube comment
Yeah.
warriors, that just think they're God's gift and they just this Zerg needs to do this or this guy should have uppercutted then or da, 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 da. It's like,
Yeah.
jeez, man, if they and most of those people actually never even played in a tournament, but blah 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 blah. So
Right.
was that now that now that you Magic Box, was that like the game that made you learn that, or were you just like,
It
well, I
actually
should learn
was,
it
man.
now, or what?
It was definitely the game.
Just
I
because of all the flack, or what?
Yeah, I mean, like all the reading the comments, and I was like, I don't know, man. I think what happened was I got one of my buddies to basically tell me in really simple English what it was
Yeah.
because I had seen tutorials like just on YouTube,
Hmm.
and I think I just thought it was way more complicated than it really is.
Yeah.
Magic Box is simple, dude.
Yeah, it is. It
It's
is simple, and but the thing is if you hear about it, dude, you need a magic box. I mean, what does that? If you don't, you know what I mean? If someone doesn't just say, hey, it's this, and they say, oh, you need to do this. I mean, then you don't know. I mean, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, that's some odd stuff. I mean, I'm glad that one of those guys picked up a game of yours. I think it sucks that like because so you didn't know Magic Boxing, but I mean that's like you know what I mean? Like noobs on forums that read forums, they of course
Yeah.
they know what Magic Boxing is, but have they ever played anyone past 1,000 points of diamond? No, like it's just
Yeah.
a rough spot. But anyway,